All right, it's Monday, March 11th. Just wanted to follow up on the SPY. It's an hour into trading. What I did here on this particular trade, I bought some puts here on bar number 2 as it started lower. I was anticipating taking out this pre-market low in this key inflection area. It came down and hit those areas. I scaled out to set up an overage trade. On this bar, we had a nice potential shooter bar that was going to continue lower, but instead, for the moment, price decided to hold this area and kind of start up a little bit with a green 2 up bar. So I decided for the moment to exit the trade. I bought those options, the 512 options at 537. I scaled out at 610, and then once I saw it breaking up, I exited the rest at 560 for a very small, small gain. Not a bad trade here. And I'm going to look to re-enter. If it can hold the midpoint of this first bar or into this little gap here on this red bar and turn lower, then and with a red bar, then I'll expect this whole inflection point area to kind of fail and continue lower. On the daily chart, we still have a next target down to this low here. It would be near the lows of the day. And then at that point, we can be on our way to possibly getting this weekly chart, to get to a 2 down. That's what I'm monitoring all week long to see what unfolds. If we don't do that, it's not like I expect a 2 up. It just seems to be very choppy this week. The more and more we can't break down to get a 2 down level. So we will just see what unfolds. I'm still biased to the downside overall. We're starting off the week red, you can see here. But we do have a little bit of a potential, choppiness unfolding here, maybe in this whole area here. We just took out a little bit of a low, and we're going to chop around, and we know the big trend is still up until that weekly chart gives us a 2 down, but it's also been losing momentum the last couple of weeks. So it's a little bit tricky area, but that's why we're just kind of probing our way to see what unfolds day by day, looking to see if that 2 down develops. And at least for now, price decided to kind of hold that first move lower. It could have really broken through there and had a nice, just an orderly pause and then really started down. Still could easily do that, but for now, it brought in a little buying. So just exit, watch it. You could always re-enter. And I'm going to say I'm not that excited to get long, even though I could see it maybe coming up here and taking out that first bar high and working towards those pre-market highs. It's possible. I just, after this big red day, we're way below the midpoint of the prior day. So if we get some kind of big green reversal bar, 2 down, that ends up green by the end of the day, then into tomorrow, I could look to buy type of thing. Today, I'm just going to be biased to the downside, given we're way below the midpoint of the prior day. Even if we do get, what could happen is we can come up and take out that first bar high, pause a little bit, not, that might be a buy to then work up to those pre-market highs intraday, but I don't think we're going to get into yesterday's range too far. But if intraday structure takes out that first bar high, and then kind of just has an orderly pause, then it's probably going to make another push up to some kind of liquidity area. But overall, believe it or not, I still think you could be holding in here, and it'll eventually roll over and head down towards that third bar low and this daily target low and everything else. There's still nothing on the structure that has changed. It's just a little bit of a pause here. So this could be an area, if you really want to get aggressive too, you can look at that 5-minute chart. If you get kind of a big a red, a green to red kind of move and then starting to follow through on the 5-minute, you can anticipate that 15-minute chart making another push below this key area. So this is my inflection area, as I discussed in the previous video. We will see what happens. I'm looking to re-enter to the short side. Now, if it can't, move up, I'm a lot more confident that this is all going to break and start working down, into these lows down here. So let's just see what happens price action wise. But I'll continue to monitor, the 5 and 15-minute charts in this little rally up here, and then look to re-enter short if price action unfolds that way.